the last video, we have created a server in Express.js. Now, in this video, we'll connect this server, our Express.js server, and this REST API with our client. And so, first of all, we'll give this command on the terminal, and we'll create a new byte and React.js TypeScript template in client directory, and I have already created. And secondly, we'll just configure the element CSS. It is just easy. Just search on web, just element byte, and then you will find a step-by-step guide how you can configure. Okay. So third, we need to initialize the Shadcin UI. It is very extensive UI Next.js application, or you can use it with Byte, Next.js, Remix, Astro, or a lot of JavaScript library. You can use it. Okay. So then you will add your all of the component from Shadcin, or you can add a specific component like just add button or a specific component. Okay. So fourth, we'll create a folder in our source directory called hooks, and in here we'll create Axios instance with credentials true, and for accessing and just receiving cookies whenever we need to log in, we'll just save user information on browser. Okay. So this is our base URL from env. We must set this env base URL to be variable, and you can just pass it directly in here. Okay. This is our base URL from server. If we check it out, just send and receive cookies from client to server, server to client. We must, and our domain is just different. Then we need to must specify our domain. If you have just hosted your app in just cloud, then you must need to specify your domain and must set credentials true to cookie based authentication. Okay. And with credentials true. Okay. This is our Axios instance. We are creating an Axios instance. This is a simple hook that's generated by Shadcin UI. And okay, here. And fourth, we'll just we'll install 10-step React Query, and we'll just define over our app with React Query client. Okay. And we'll also use Zustand for storing data and just clear data, our user data after successful login, and without needing React Redux or React context hook, will easily handle our global state, and no needing any provider, we can handle our user globally from just single place. It will be just available every place in our app. The simple configuration, that's 3 lines of code. We can do a lot of work in our app. Okay. And last, here is just login mutation. We are using Axios instance. This is our we have already base URL set on Axios instance. This is our base URL from env. That is server is running on localhost 5000, and our base endpoint is API-v1 and /user/login user, and we are just accepting data as a parameter, and we are just passing it and must specify. So we have already specified with credentials, so we don't need to pass this because the Axios instance we have already said this. Okay. And this is our mutation key. Whenever we could create new data or we'll log in, then we'll get data with this key, and this data will be automatically revalidated again. Okay. And our register functionality, register mutation is the same, and this is our user. Okay. So this is our hook, and in our app.tsx, and we have installed. First, we need to install React Router DOM, and we need to just connect our endpoint and our component with browser router and routes of just React Router DOM. Okay, we need to specify So whenever user which URL or which endpoint or which route, which component we need to show. So this is our component that we have created in component directory, just dashboard, home, login, and navbar. This navbar will show at all of the screen. Okay, so like home, dashboard, login, register, profile, show it on every screen. So if we remove it, okay, so this is our route. So you know how routes work actually. Just we are just specifying our route and our component, and so whenever user will navigate to profile, then this component will be rendered, and on this component we have the some the simple code. Okay, and on our app whole app, where this is our just face user profile functionality or with Exos instance, and we are using use query. So whenever our component will be first rendered, then we'll try to get user from our server, and we are setting our user to this set user from user store. Okay, this user store from our hook of Zustand. Okay, this is our main app. So whenever we will apply, whenever we are getting user on initial render and the setting it, and it will be user will be available for everywhere in our app. Okay, we don't need to pass any provider or anything else. Simply we can not only here, if we use set user in any component in our app, then it will be just available in our whole app without needing any provider. Just simple. Just, and this is our UI from chatchain UI. I have give a command called connects branch chatchain latest add all, and with this command I have just added all of the component. Okay, from chatchain UI. It is reusable component. If you check it out, it is everything is just reusable component, and this is the best way to use Tailwind, CSS, and reusable component in React or Next.js application or any other JavaScript frameworks. Okay. So first of all, if we go to login screen, we are using login mutation that we have created in hooks, and we are using this for accessing temporary data of forms. A is use state with the object like email, password, and here whenever we will handle sends, this handle sends we are passing with every input field, and this value that form.email, that this is our temporary data. Whenever user make any changes in our input field, then it will just get as either target.name. This name means this name, just email equals to, or value will be this value. Okay, so this is simple logic, and whenever user handle submit, we are extracting mutate from use login mutation, and we'll get is pending, is error, is success from stack React Query. Also you can show toast, or you can do anything else. Okay, npm run dev. I need to start my server again. So I am on the / client directory. Okay, that's why this is my client and this is my server. This is my server. So npm start. The server is running on port 5000, and if I try to access, just control click. Okay, this is my home. Okay, so I have tried it before, that's why I'm getting the user response immediately. And if I respond it, if I go to application, I have auth token, and if I log out, this is my simple app that we have connected with my REST API that we have created as before. So log out, everything is removed, token is removed from cookies. So token or cookie is just a certification of user. After the successful login, we will just set this token, and in this token we have just set from our server, we have the set user.controller.css on server. So here we have the set user ID and role. So user ID is unique identifier of every user, and role That means on the previous video we have learned how to implement role-based authorization. For login, we'll just set cookies on the browser, and browser, okay, I have an user called AWebCode 123456 login. So this user is exist on database and on the server. That's why, okay, if I check console 401 unauthorized, that means I'm not logged in. If I go to application tab on the browser console, it's inspect and go to application tab, just hit login, and you will see here a token will be set from server. Okay, and I'm automatically just redirected to my profile page. Okay, and if I try to go back on the login screen again, then I cannot, I'm not able to do just register. Okay, it is redirected to this page. Okay, that means we have token, and based on this token, if we remove this, then it will be just and refresh, then it will be automatically redirected to on our login page, and this token is our password for now. If we check login tsx, so what we are doing here, we have set a user. This user is available and it is type shape from this user. This we have make an interface of user. What we will get from this user, and after first render or initial render, we have set this user, and this user is available. We have set this, we have used this user store. We have set user after getting user from server, and with this query key, that means whenever we log in or register, then we can revalidate or invalidate our data. Okay, so make sure so if you set, so I need to tell you something, that if you set origin star at this time, because your domain is different, your to origin is different, like it is your client running on 5173 and your server running on this localhost 5000, your to domain is different. At this moment, if you set here star, then after login, your this response.cookie, it will be not saved on the browser. Okay, so make sure that, and you will get this course error, cross origin resource, and maybe I don't have remembered that. Okay, so you make sure that your hosted domain or your hosted client domain or your specific domain where your client is running, you have specified this. Without it, or you have used credential. Both of these you have used, like your specific client origin and your credentials. Otherwise, it will not work if you because you are using to setting cookie and on the client side. Okay, and make sure that you on the paste request or with Axios, you have used with credential to setting cookie. Like with credential, you don't need to on every request, like whenever you will use register, then this credential is no need. Okay, but whenever you know login, then you must use this, because after successful login, this cookie will be set. This cookie will be set on your browser. So this is important, and cookie will be after login. You no need to log in again and again. Also, after successful login, you can set this user data on this local storage, session storage, or also you can set it just client-side cookie. Okay, but this cookie is not. So this cookie is a secure cookie. You can add multiple option in here, and this cookie will be not accessible from client side. Okay. So at this moment, let's remove. This is our login. We are getting our user is available after first render of our application. On the app.js, we have set user, and if we have user, and if we have this token, then also must our user is available, and if user, then whenever user try to access this login page, then we are just redirecting to slash user page. Okay, so after successful login, we are just invalidate query our auth. That means if we go to app.js, here is our query key is auth. So we are, after successfully login, we are just invalidated this query. That means it will be just recall again. Okay, and our data will be just fetched from here. After successful login, our data will be available in everywhere in our application, and it will just redirected if then user will be available. Okay, so after login, we'll just, this is a query key and this query key is same. After login, we'll just invalidate our query. So this query client from use query client, and I will push everything from GitHub on the GitHub. You don't need to hesitate anything in here. I'll push everything on GitHub. You will just easily understand everything. But I have just created and connected with API. For saving time, I am just trying to understand you to just saving time. Okay, just invalidating our this query key, and this will be recall and use whenever after successful login. This recalls means after login our data, our just after token is available on the cookies, and whenever we recall, then of course we have cookie on our browser, and the browser cookie will be sent on the with credentials, with cookie will be sent on the server, and we will get new user, and whenever user is available with Zustand store. So we are just setting user, and whenever user is available, the initial user, this is initial value, and this is the function where we are just setting user, and this is the function of clear user when this will use on the logout. So after recall, user will be available in everywhere in our application, and it will just navigate to profile. Okay, so if we log out, AWebCode 1 2 3 4 5 6 login. Okay, after logout, it should redirect to this page, but okay, now we'll just log out again. Check on my application tab. Hot token will be removed after logout. Okay, removed. Code 1 2 3 4 5 6 login. Token is set. It will be redirected to on our login page, on the profile page, but it is not doing this. Maybe okay, what is our problem? Okay, after successful login, we'll just navigate to slash profile, not dashboard. And if we log this user, you will see. So my network issue, that's why it is not working immediately. But okay, it is just log out on the login page. AWebCode 1 2 3 4 5 6 login. Okay, maybe here is my problem. This is my user response from server. The role is admin, and if okay, maybe it is a problem, but this problem was not persist when I have created. So I will solve it and push the updated code, and I will fix the issue, and you will get just updated code, and you will try just with updated code. Okay, now I'm not fixing this. So okay, I need to show this user is just admin user, that's why. And our register functionality is the same as login, and this is our navbar. This is responsive navbar, and it is not fully actually a good design. Okay, so whenever handle logout, we are just calling this user logout user from, and it is just logouting or removing cookie from our cookies, and here just invalidate queries this auth. Okay, and we are clearing user from this clear user from Zustand, because user will be not automatically removed after logout, and user will be persist. And if user will have persist on the Zustand store, then after successful logout, user is available, but user will not remove. That's why we are removing user manually and navigate to login. And this is our dashboard. If user role is not admin, then it will be just redirect to login page. Okay, you can update it a lot of field, like if user. In my case, if user, then I am just showing this dashboard profile and logout button. But suppose you can check it like if user.role is equals to only admin, then this, okay, like that. Like user.role is equals to admin, then only in this case this button will be shown. Okay. In this case, my user, go to dashboard, my user is role is admin. But if I log out, try to access admin output test that I have created before, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, it is just redirected to this page, but before it was just have some problem. This user role is user, but this, in this case, we don't have admin this link in here appear in here. Dashboard just redirected. It is redirected to our profile page. That means, okay, that means we are not admin and we have not access to access this page, because we know and we are getting type saved because this we have different types of our user. So also you can do it use with JavaScript. I don't have used a lot of or nothing in TypeScript in here. You can easily practice it with JavaScript, but I suggest to you from initially you should use TypeScript, because after some days, first time you can suffer with TypeScript, and it seems it is very difficult to you, but just believe me, if you start learning TypeScript, then it will be very easy for you. Okay, if we go to logout, try to register name, with code 3, email also if code 3, because 2 and 3, 2 and AWebCode test already just have on our database. 1 2 3 4 5 6, register. Okay, registered. But after registered, it is still AWebCode test, but our new data is not set in here. Maybe. Okay, I will fix this issue after successful register. Query client.invalid queries query key. But what's the problem? So without calling it in here, we'll call this add where we'll call this after hooks use register mutation, and here on success this query client from use query client It must should work. It must should work. We'll use this on login mutation here. We define it here, and we'll just validate queries auth and here. So after successful login and register, we're just invalidating a query that we're just fetching data. Okay, this query key we're just invalidating, and after successful login and register, okay. But successfully register, we are not setting. Remove cookie on the browser. That's why after successfully register, we just don't need to revalidate. Okay, register. We don't need to revalidate. You can do anything in here. Just remove. Okay, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Query key invalidated queries after successful login, but after successfully register, we will just where is our register component? Okay, this. Just navigate to login, because if we check on the user.controller and we have take it on user.service, and we are not setting cookie, but you can also set cookie after successfully register. Okay, because we have user and without no need to log in again, because we are just creating user, and after successfully user created, then you can just accept two parameter in here, like a request, and you can accept a register, and we have used this service in here to clean our main function. Okay, so this is nothing. So we have used this service to clean our main controller. You can pass multiple options like request and response, and you can set cookie like that after successful register. Okay, so this is our whole app. We have created just server. This is our base URL. This is our exist instance. There we have passed our base URL with credential. That means we will accept and receive and send cookie client to server and server to client. So that means we must need to use credentials and specify our origins for using cookies. Okay, and also we must use cookie parser for accept, for receive and sending cookies. Okay. And in our app.tsx, we are fetching data. This is your query key. After the login, we are just invalidating our query key. And if you try, let's log out. Maybe is there any problem? AWebCode. If you try to register again, AWebCode 4 @gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6 register. It is immediately patched to this AWebCode 4 1 2 3 4 5 6. Wow. After successfully login, it is just redirected to this page. AWebCode 1 2 3 4 5 6. Wow, this is great. This is great. But whenever we are registering, then it is just not waiting for some time. In this case, we can use const navigate is equals to so if we are using this in here, then without waiting for passing data to server, it is just navigating to this page, but we are not getting any error or success message in here. So this is a problem. So that's why log out. Reference error. Use navigate is not defined. Go to never. What is the problem? Use navigate is not defined. Auto.tx. Use register mutation. Okay, just Control X. Restart server again. Starting our server. Check. Okay. Register. Okay. Put 5. With code 5@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6. Registering. Immediately passing to it this phase. But on success message, we're not getting anything in here. So we can in this case you can wait some time to navigate to show success message, because whenever on success, this on success is the success, but here okay, without doing this in here, remove. We don't need to on success in here. We don't need to anything to do. So start navigate, and if is success, then we can navigate from here, and it's success, and we'll wait some time, because when it's success, we need to show this message. After that, it will just navigate. Okay. Set timeout. Just 2 seconds after, it will be just navigate. Now it is good. Okay. Register code 6. Code 6. In this case, I think this. Register. Okay, after 2 seconds, it will be just redirect. Oh, it is working as if expected. You can do anything in here, whatever you want. So after user is available, we are getting this user everywhere. We don't need Redux, use context hook, or like use reducer to handle complex state. It is very easy, very easy. At the last, you just show your output to your boss, your client. You don't need to hesitate. You don't need to make your work hard. Just try to work smart. Okay, smarter, not harder. So this is the simple function to use user, set user, clear user. When you log out, just clear user. Also navigate, also invalidate query. Okay, nothing. This is simple. Just 5 component connected with browser router, with React router DOM. We have just wrap our main file with query client provider to use to handle pending state and error, success, everything. With working with just REST API, you must use stack React Query. In my case, you can use SWR, not SWC. Still while revalidating. So you can test it out, everything. I'll push just updated code on GitHub. You'll find that updated code, and next time I'll just try to keep a video about how we can create a complete chat application with just our server will be just well organized with socket.io. We'll use socket.io, Express, ban. We'll use global error handler. We'll organize our code like that. Okay, and we'll try to implement every feature from WhatsApp and Messenger. We'll combine to both apps, and we'll try to make a combined app, combined chat application with all of the feature from the both app. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you have learned something from this video. Just create env, create some hooks, create some component, connect it, make a store, and just removing it. Okay, you can test it out. It is very easy. Why you are taking React is very hard. It's simple. Okay, just pushing my code, git add dot git push, git is push, and you will find my code, my github.com slash AWebCode slash. If you go to this repository tab, then this Express API where I have pushed all of the code like client, and this is the updated code that updated from there now. Okay, you'll find everything. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.